Hey guys, this is Spiky over here. This is going to be the first video on my YouTube channel because I just started. The names, kind of weird. I was bored and I just chose something random, so I'll probably have to explain that later on because this video is probably not going to do so well. But I'm going to base this channel on Titanfall 2, and I'm saying a lot. So this video is going to be about Titanfall 3, theory crafting ideas, because Titanfall 2 is on its last legs right now. There are only like 5,000 daily players, and over the weekend there are about 10,000 on console. PCs, like, there's nobody playing. You have to wait a really long time to get a match. So we're gonna do some. I'm gonna do some ideas for some new Titans. I'm not sure if they're gonna stick with the whole hero type Overwatch system for the Titans, but if they do, I have an Ogre, Atlas, and Strider Titan sort of idea. I'm not sure if they'd be overpowered, but if they are, you could tell me in the comments. So yeah, I hope you enjoy them. I have some gameplay playing in the background. This is not my footage. It's I forget the name, but I'll put the channel link down in the description. I'll probably get some of my own gameplay later on. So let's start out with the first Titan. So the first Titan would be called Prometheus. It's gonna be an Ogre Titan, so it's gonna be very slow, like Scorching Legion. The weapon's gonna be like a charge up weapon. It's gonna shoot. If it actually happens, it's gonna shoot a big red ball of light that has a really big arc, like the satchel charges, almost, and has like a ricochet effect a few times before it explodes. I think it would have 8 shots, and if you charge it up, it'd probably do more damage. Or wait, no, scratch that. If it charges up, it'll ricochet more times. That's the idea. So its ordnance ability would be a magnetic coil. I'm not sure if that's what the name would actually be, but it would form a green ball of energy, unlike the red one, and it would act like a gravity star. It would pull in nearby enemies, and also it would have an arc. The defensive, this is kind of overpowered. I don't have a name for it yet either, but it would make the Titan invulnerable for like 1.5 seconds. I'm not sure if that's super overpowered, but you guys can always tell me down in the description. Down in the comments. Wow, that was really bad. So anyways, the tactical ability would be this is kind of unoriginal. This one right here, it gets more original as we go on. It would be called Hollow Replica, and it would be exactly like Holopilot, so just more like a Titan. Of course, with the whole like trail and particles, they'd probably be smaller, because with a Titan, like an Ogre Titan, it would be way too obvious to spot if it had gigantic sparkles and stuff. So the core, this is a pretty terrible name, but it would be called the Energy Burst Core, and it would be kind of like Scorch's Flame Core, but not exactly. Like it would send a huge shockwave that would do like moderate damage, but would launch every Titan or pilot AI in the area back. The damage would be strongest in the center by where the Titan actually was, and the damage would probably decrease over distance. So I also have execution and prime execution ideas. So the first execution would be it would make those hollow replicas, the tactical, that would surround an enemy Titan, and the enemy Titan would kind of like look around confused, and then the one would fire its main weapon, and then the Titan would explode. And the prime execution would be, it would use its magnetic coil, then fire 2 shots towards the face of the Titan, and then uses its energy burst core to send the Titan flying. So the next Titan that I have here is Artemis. It would be an Atlas chassis, and it would be a crossbow that has 10 shots, a 3-second reload. it would be a hit scan like Legion's minigun, and it would have like an okay fire rate, and it would take like about 6 seconds to unload the clip. Its ordnance would change the crossbow shots or bolts to an armor piercing round that can go through friendly and enemy titans, and it would also cause damage through Titan shields. Like it would probably be a good counter towards to Monarch. Its defensive would be like a I don't know what to call it. It'd be like a time travel-ish shield thing, and it would slow down every projectile in front of you to something like very, very slow. Like if any of you have ever played Super Hot, whenever you're not moving, or even if you like when you're moving a little bit, it kind of like slowly goes by. I think that would be pretty cool. The tactical ability would also be like a time centered one. It would speed up time for your Titans, for your Titan, recharging your abilities, which is kind of like Monarch, but I could always change that later, and it would give you 2 times more core charge for damaging Titans during the time. The core would be called the Time Anomaly Core, and it would send everything you can see into like really quickly through the future that would inflict damage, and they'd kind of like freeze every once in a while in a place, but that would be kind of overpowered if they just stayed in one place for the entire time. So I think they'd still be able to move in like a little like they couldn't escape. It would be like a dome off area. I don't really know, but the execution would be to freeze the Titan in place and rip the pilot out and age that pilot until it becomes dust, and the dust will slowly fall through your fingers. The prime one is not as great, but you'd rapid fire all 10 of the crossbow bolts into the cockpit, then age the Titan until it becomes a pile of dust. I don't like that one as much now that I'm reading this off, but I can work with it. So the third Titan will be a Strider. It's called Agia. It's a leader of the Amazons. It's one of the leaders of the Amazons in Greek mythology. It would have dual revolvers with no ADS, 6 shots for each revolver. There'd be 12 in total, and it can be fired individually. So like in Black Ops 3, when you dual wield, you can have the left trigger which shoot the left gun and the right trigger which shoot the right gun. The reload would be about 4 seconds. Its offensive would be a throwing knife, not hit scan. It would be a pretty fast moving projectile, probably like North Star's cluster missile, and you'd throw that. It would have 2 charges, a cooldown of 15 seconds, around like 1,500 damage. It would have 2 charges, so you'd have 7.5 for each charge, and it would Aegea's melee damage. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, by the way, but Aegea's melee damage would also do more than average. I don't have exact numbers because you'd be using that knife. The tactical ability would be a cloak, but it would probably cloak better than pilots do because Titans are so big. I don't mean completely, I mean like really close to completely. So this is kind of like a hunter type Titan, if like that's the whole idea of it. And you would also not be shown on the mini-map while you are cloaked. The cooldown would be about 20 seconds. Its defensive ability would be like a miniature, a weaker, like Ronin sword block, but it would block it with its like arm. So that would be pretty cool. I mean, of course, in the game, the Titan's chassis would probably be more armored around the shield. I was about to say it could be like an arm shield, but I changed my mind for that. Its core would be a frenzy core, which would grant faster movement speed, and you would also have unlimited throwing knives with probably not too much extra damage because that would be pretty overpowered, but some extra damage for the duration of the core. You would elbow the Titan in the face, opening the first execution. You elbow the Titan in the face, opening the cockpit, and stab the pilot with a throwing knife. The prime execution, Aegea would run, at lightning speed, using the core around the enemy while pelting it with throwing knives till the Titan explodes. So, thank you for watching the video. I hope you'll stick around for more.